Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our latest content.
And hey, don't forget, check out our Patreon where you can be part of the dream and enjoy this transaction. What's up, y'all, and welcome to this extra episode of the Microtransaction. I'm your host, and today I am joined by the great deliverer himself, Licky-chan. Licky-chan, how are you doing today?
Hey, Licky-chan just chilling, bro. Just chilling. I don't know, man. Listen, I got this sweet-ass golf hat. You know what I'm saying? Just can't wait to play some golf. You know, it's my golf/safari hat. I like it. It's, you know, real quick, it's reversible for those who don't know. Reversal. Like, it's, but, oh, God, hold on. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, but I love it. I love this hat. I pay like $40 for it. It might be a little overpriced, but that's the price you pay when you get that stupid little check there. You got you pay top dollar. Luckily, my brother works for Nike. Fuck Frank, by the way, and I got a good discount on it. Yep, got a good discount on it, so I love it. It's good. It's gonna make a great hat for like going to like Busch Gardens or Universal Studios, like some people we know that are going tomorrow. Let's keep it like that. I think that's good, right?
Yeah. Let me see that beautiful face of yours.
What if I had the Aussie look? Oh, this.
Oh yeah, just on one side up,
that's
so
not,
you can hear.
That's not a knife. No, that's a knife. Yeah, but whatever. Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, I've been good, Chris. Man, I've been just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Playing some Halo. You know what I'm saying? Just. I feel like that's all we talk about. So if you're tired of hearing about it, too bad, because you're gonna probably keep hearing about it. To be honest with you,
baby, it ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
Right. But yeah, Chris, how are you?
Liquid, it's great. All my friends are playing Halo.
They are.
I'm playing Halo.
We are.
We're all talking about Halo. I have people that haven't played Halo in a long time replaying Halo. I got hit up last night. It's funny because it's the first time I ever saw somebody with a gold ring.
Oh, really? Ooh,
yeah, and I was like,
oh, gross. What did he do?
He's a casual. He's super he needs to be gold. I'm like, he's better than being silver. I'm like, gold. When I think about the person I'm talking about, I don't want to put him on blast, but like, I'm like, okay, like he's good enough to be gold, but not plat. I'm like, he'll hit plat someday if he tries.
Okay.
And we carry him, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
damn, who's cool? Oh man, I'm so okay.
Yeah, so it was cool being hit up by people who are not playing. That's super fun, rad. Like, honestly, it's just like I'm living my best 2004 to 2010 life right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is it, guys. Like, even if Halo dies after Halo Infinite, I had now.
Yeah.
All my friends are playing it. We are loving it, grinding it.
I feel like every week it brings somebody new. So like, you know what I'm saying, we've seen so many people just sort of come in like into the Discord, into Josh's Discord to be exact. And I love the Discord, Josh's Discord, because it just reminds you of his house. People just come in and out as they please, which is fantastic. That's how it was back in the day. The door was always unlocked. It's kind of like Full House, the Netflix series. It's always open. The door was just always open. You could easily walk in, walk out. Excuse me. But yeah, I feel like more and more people just come and play, and it's just fun to play with them. I guess I want to say it's fun to play with them. It's more fun to judge them, in my opinion, because that's just what I do. I'm sorry, this is the guy in me. I judge the hell out of people, especially for the gameplay style, and then I criticize them, and I just break them, and then I try to mold them into the player I want them to be. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yep. No, like. I'm not so hard on. I only have one person where I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not teaching this person how to play Halo. But I'm like, everybody else, I'm super okay with. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is.
Yeah,
bro, that shit still burns me.
Hey, you know what?
I'm still tight about it.
I can tell.
You know, the thing is because I had someone that we were playing with who killed me, and it's just one of these things. And I know, like, Chris, it happens, it's an accident, but the thing is, I'm not used to when I'm playing what we were playing, having these type of slip ups, right? I like, and it might sound arrogant when I say this, but I cultivated a friend group that this doesn't happen, and when it happens, it's so random out of the blue,
right? Yeah.
This was like our third game and it happened, and then I'm like, this would have happened again if I didn't go out of my way to avoid it. Cool. And I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this. And I could tell when you guys were telling me to like, hey Chris, calm down, but weren't telling me, hey Chris, calm down.
Yeah.
Like, hey bro, I'm having so much fun, right? And then Justin to be like, we're having so much fun. And I'm like, yeah, we're having so much fun. Like, fuck you guys. I am having fun playing with you two. And y'all like wanted to remind me like, hey Chris, you're having fun with us. And like, we're doing all this secret talk. And I'm like, I fucking hate you guys because we're all being nice adults. I'm like, if we were all in our like early 20s, like, yo, dog, I'm good with you. I would have been like, Justin, Liquid, good job.
Okay.
But like, we're not doing that, and we're trying to be thing. And I'm like, and it's not like Alex is bad because he's not bad. It's just he's not used to playing with a team of 4, and it's going through that all over again. And I don't know if I have the energy to teach someone all over again.
Fair. I get where you're coming from, because yes, I agree. I think Alex is a really good shot, and rightfully so. It's mostly because he plays by himself, and you could tell he's just definitely not used to playing with a team. That's for damn sure. So yeah, and I get where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're at an age where we don't want to deal with a lot of that crap. That's fine. I get where you're coming from. I don't think you're wrong. I still think it's funny because it's not happening to me. I guess that's just me though. I think it's hilarious, to be honest. But
I mean, that's the thing. It kept on happening to me.
It was too funny, dude. But
yeah, and I'm like, why is it happening to me? And I'm like, I see it because you just were sticking together like glue. And I'm like, well, it can't be the third person. So then I was the one stuck with Alex, and I was like, I'm not doing this. And then I just stopped doing it, and then I was just hovering. And I realized when I was hovering, then, bro, I never forget, because that match before went negative. The next match over, I went like super positive, and I was like, okay, I figured out the problem. I stopped doing that, started doing this, and then started working. And I kept that today, Liquid, and I think your boy found his BR. I figured it out what I was doing wrong and rectify it. And I realized because your boy was getting more perfects.
It's so funny because before we started this episode, we were going to talk about one subject. We kind of switched it to another. But I still want to do this whole thing because I'm glad you brought that up, because I do feel like that would probably be the number one complaint that I had, because you mentioned at the time, you're like, man, I can't win a 1v1 BR fight to save my life. And I'm like, man, that's the only thing Chris needs to touch up on, I feel like, is his 1v1 BR fight. We just need him to, like, you need to clutch up when he needs to clutch up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be enough where it's just like somebody has to clean up the kill after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would say that was probably the biggest thing. It sounds like you're already on it. So yeah, there's really nothing else to really say about it, but that would be my thing to you, is that I feel like that, because like, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm so confident right now, and maybe too confident, where I'm like, dude, I'll go heads up with anybody at this point, where I'm feeling like, I'm like, dude, you give me the biggest fucking pro, I'm still gonna try to go heads up with them. Like, I'm at the point where I'm just like, my BR fight I feel like is good. I always want it to be better. For those who don't know, BR is battle rifle. I still want it to be better. But right now I'm really focused on my movement. I feel like my movement is lacking, my placement is lacking. Like, as far as being in the right place, I feel like I'm playing a little sometimes too passive, where I'm not. I feel like my teammates can't finish the kills or can't help me enough on a gunfight. So I'm running away when I need to run away, kind of thing. I'm trying to stay alive, essentially, because I feel like that's ultimately better for the team at the time. But the movement, like, how I see how fast people move, and I'm like, dude, I want to do that, like, because they, like, it's like godlike. It's crazy how some of these slides people pull.
Your boy Shotzi has this amazing clip. I saw him on Hydro Plant, where he's on Hydro and he's instantly in long hallway putting shots. Yeah, like in like 2 seconds, he does like a whip, does a slide, flies it, like, bro, he literally flies to one side of the map and the other side of the map without skipping a beat. And I was like, oh shit.
I see some of these pros, I'm like, oh man, if I can get that movement down, because not only you could get the movement down, like, you can get these slides where you're like almost sliding across a room, and I'm like, you can get the jump off on someone where you're like sliding right in front of them, and it takes them so long to turn around to start shooting at you, where you already got 2 shots in them now. You know what I'm saying? And you already have the advantage. Dude, I can't wait. I can't, because I know I'm gonna nail it down. I'm so confident in myself that I know I'm gonna get it. And when it does happen, bro, your boy's gonna be on another level.
You see, this is how I feel right now. I feel like today, as of recording, I locked down the battle rifle. I was like, oh, because I kept on playing like 1v, like I kept on playing it, and in the manner I think I need to play in, and it was succeeding heavily. Nice. Even when we were playing casuals, I was like, let me implement it without the battle rifle. And I was using the assault rifle and the pistol, and I realized I never went negative. I was like,
oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry, finish.
Okay, and so I was like, I think I figured it out.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, so to me, I need to figure that out. And then my next step is having this crazy movement. Yeah. And you're saying movement, for me, is cleaning up dead spots on the map. Okay. Like there's vulnerable parts of the map from A to B. There's that little in the middle. I need to get through that fast enough. Like when I think of movement, that's what I think of, like vulnerable spots. Like I don't have a good escape route if I'm here, but I need to get to A to B. I need to get to like point B, and that's the problem, because then I have no good retreat route.
I got you. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when that comes in. When I think about getting to the next map position.
Right.
I don't think of it like during gunfight. I think of it as setting up position to maximize gunfights. And I mean with multiple people shooting at like the same target.
Let me ask you, what did you change so far? Like what are some of the changes?
So the thing is, I realized that I was doing too much.
Okay.
I'm crouching, I'm jumping, I'm doing this. I'm like, let me start with a short strafe and let me really focus on the shot. And then once I did that, I'm like, no one's really shooting a consistent 5-shot.
No.
Or a 4-shot.
Right. No.
And I was like, oh, and I realized I was getting perfect. I was like, I figured it out. I'm doing too much. The problem isn't the problem isn't where I put it. The thing is, try to outsmart the person too much. Right. I'm like, I need to do less.
So like less is more.
Realizing when situations where I'm like liquids, as I say, out of the weeds, out of position, I don't need to follow him, because that's my problem. Is I want to help.
Right.
And I realized like he's gonna die, and it's not point of us dying together. Just maybe because I might clean up a kill.
I got you.
And being like, I'm like, if he dies, but I'm here, we now have map position. So when he spawns, he gets into new situations.
Okay. So
it's like that's what like last night tooling with that, because I was by myself, and then doing it a little bit this morning. I was like, oh, this is it. Like, stop being less of a support player and more of a main slayer.
That makes sense. So it's like a less is more kind of thing overall, as far as like the shots. What sensitivity do you play on?
I play on 2.5.
Okay, yeah, I'm on 3 myself.
Yeah, so like the pop, and I realized, because I was getting perfects, and I was like, oh, okay, and I'm like, that the 2.5 is gonna have to go up eventually.
Right. Where were you before that, or have you always been at 2.5?
Gonna have to change later. I'm like, this is good for now. Part of the growing process. That's why I get in these habits and like, oh, I really want to hit diamond, and I was just like, or I want to hit onyx, and then I was like, Chris, does it matter at this? Like, it's season 1. Like, if you focus on winning the games, that shit'll come. Right. And I'm like, but the thing is, I also want to play. I'm conflicted because I want to play with my friends who aren't as well versed in Halo, but I want to play with them because it's so much fun playing with my friends. It
is a blast.
Like, yeah, and especially for me, because I played MCC all by myself for so long. Like, so like when Andreas is like, hey bro, just send me an invite and we could play together. Like, I played with him today. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And you hear like, oh, good tracking. And he's talking to himself because he's on mouse and keyboard and he's trying to like play this game. And I'm like, hey bro, I won't get mad at you for doing bad. Yeah. I'm like, that's not me. I'm not that like, unless you throw a rocket up my asshole and tell me right afterwards that I was in the way.
Yeah.
Bro, the thing is, I was here. The guy was here. He was here. He was over here.
Right.
He shot a rocket, and I'm like, you could have just one-shot him, or I could have killed him. And I'm like, now we're both dead.
Right.
You didn't, bro. Burns. I don't think legitimately I've had that situation happen to me since Halo 3.
No, yeah. For the record, people, Chris was chapped. That man, like, oh, it was too fucking funny, dude. Like, it was so funny. I wanted to ask, have you been on 2.5 this entire time, or did you like move it up and down? Like, what have you been doing?
No, I brought it down because I was like, because my tracking was the issue, and I'm like, my shot is good. I'm like, but I'm doing something wrong, and I was just like, I felt it. Then I'm like, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I'm like, I need to play a little more selfish, and I think me playing a little more selfish is just playing normal.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, do you want to talk about what we were gonna really talk about?
Yeah, sorry. This just got
No. I kind of
of
started the conversation. I'm kind of I kind of started with the whole. This is what I feel like. So to be honest with you, it's me who should be apologizing. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's where. Hey, that put us already at 15 minutes. We had another 15 minutes of talking about something else.
So look, bring it up, bro.
All right. So what we want to talk about is, I don't even know how to title this. I don't really know how to position it. Listen, weird things. All right. So last week, my Instagram, we discussed it. My Instagram thought it thinks I'm gay. For the record, I'm not. As far as I know, I'm not. I don't think I am. But TikTok. I've been on TikTok, and man, sometimes I'll get some weird things. Sometimes not so much. You know what I'm saying? So it's so weird. Like, I even ran through a few right now as we were on live here. You know what I'm saying?
While I was talking?
Not while we were talking. A little bit before that. Well, actually, it was kind of like, actually, when was it? I don't remember. Cause like while you were talking, I was looking at you the entire time. So it wasn't while we were talking. That's for sure. But like, I saw like there was some a lot of it, like some football stuff. You know, I'm talking some football stuff. Mostly Cowboys, like disappointment stuff. Because I think that shit's funny. It's funny because it was a Cowboys channel, like a Cowboys TikTok channel, but it was like Tim the Tatman was on it. So because he's a big Cowboys fan. But so sometimes I'll get some, you know, like some big titty girls on there. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, I kind of expect that. But then sometimes I'll get some weird stuff out of nowhere. I'm just like feet, for example, like a foot fetish. I'm like, man, do I have a foot fetish? By the way, we've also talked about my furry. We talked about that question here. So now the question is like, do I have a foot fetish? You know, because like sometimes I get feet. You know, it's only happened twice so far. You know what I'm saying? It's only happened like legitimately twice where I'm like, and it was like a few weeks ago. It was just one of like just girls' feet walking. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, it caught me off guard. I don't know if that was TikTok trying to test me and see will he switch it or not. I did switch it. All right. And then today there was another one of not just feet. Feet were there, but it was also the girl was there too. She was more like in a position like holding her feet where I guess she was like, well, you get it. She was in a position where like, you know, the man then approaches, gets on top and goes to town, I guess is where I'm at here. But still the feet were there. And that's the part that kind of like, whoa, why is this in my face right now? Like, so it's just like, I was just wondering, I was like, why is it that I keep getting these things? What is it? Does TikTok think I like these? Maybe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and then I would say 50% of my feed, puppies. I love puppies. I love dogs. Like, listen, I get dogs. There's one specifically. His name's Teddy. He opens up these gifts, and I love it. I'm there for it. I watch it from beginning to end. Some of it is golf. I'm trying to go through like the stuff, like the main stuff. It's like golf, titties, dogs, and then yeah, like I said, I got these feet that came up. Let me see here. What else here? I'm just gonna throw something on. Oh, sometimes there's some gym stuff on there. Hence why Instagram probably thinks I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. There's a girl running there. Oh, look, this is another. Okay, this one's thick. The thick girls. So that's another one that one comes up more than I think a lot. It's like there's a thick one. Like they be like, I'm not talking about thick girls, and I'm like, but I don't think I like it. Like sometimes it'll be the one where like they're not showing anything, and then they'll release their thighs. All of a sudden they go like, oh my god, that she's bigger than I thought she was. Yeah. So now, and I'm like, maybe I think that one's a little like gotcha, bitch. I feel like because I'm like, you're waiting for me to get to the end to the reveal, the ultimate reveal. So I'm like, okay, that was more of a gotcha thing. So like I watched it to the end. So now that they're gonna think this is what I like, I don't really care for it. Whatever. I'm not discriminating. I think, you know, big girls need love. I think there's beautiful big girls. I think Adele was beautiful before. I think she's still beautiful now. You know what I'm saying? But that's just where I'm at right now, Chris. Any rebuttals?
I want to go back to the feet thing.
Yeah, let's go back.
Liquid, have you ever tried any feet play?
No, never in my life. Like I've okay. So let me. I feel like I always do this. This is the furry episode all over again, where I give an answer. Oh, wait, hold on. So it's just like, now we're not talking about like just like foot massage. I've given foot massages before. Like, that's not feet play, right?
It could be.
Okay, how about this? A foot massage has never led to sex, if that means anything. At this point.
Okay.
It was just a foot massage, and that's it. It ended right there.
Okay. I feel like that's one thing.
Okay.
So you never tried any type of feet play whatsoever?
I've never tried fucking feet. Like, I've heard people do it, like a foot job, right? That's the thing. I've heard of it. Hell, I've seen it. I've seen it happen. Not personally, like live. Like
I was gonna say like, whoa.
No, like, because I've seen, like, let's say you're on, you know what I'm saying, like it's like a category, like Pornhub or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy shit, like that's some foot play there. But no, never been. That's never been an interest. Like I don't feel like I can get off on that.
You see, the thing is, Liquid, I'm a heavy connoisseur of TikTok, and I can promise you 100% I've never gotten any feet stuff. Now that I say this out loud, I'm probably gonna get it
because it's always listening. Oh yeah. Think about that.
And,
fuck.
But the thing is, I'm like, Liquid.
I kind of so as you're talking, I'm running through it to see if I get any feet stuff. But go ahead.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever been like, are you a hard no on a foot fetish?
I wouldn't say hard no, only because, like, let's say if a girl got some nasty feet, I don't want anything to do with her. Like, I think a feet are part of the whole product. Like, I say product, that sounds so like degrading. I don't mean it that way. I'm sorry. Like a product. These products that I'm purchasing. No, that's not what I mean. Like it's the whole. It's funny. I was gonna say package. Like, this doesn't do it any better. But
package is better than products.
You think so? Okay, we'll go with package just for a lack of a better term. I can't figure one out right now. But for, you know, I feel like the whole shebang, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing there. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, if, you know, from top to bottom, you know, she's looking good, but something's wrong with her feet. Let's say she got some dirty feet. I'm like, ugh, like that shit. Like, if you got some dirty feet, like, I'm talking about the bottom of your feet, like, because there'll be TikTok also, I guess, like, you know, the video's not even about feet, but like her feet will be dirty. I'm like, oh no, keep it moving. I'm like, because like there's even girls who would wear like sandals and like the black ink from the, because it'd be a black sandal, get on the feet, like, that shit, like, or like, let's say they're walking and then their heel picks up and you can see the black on their heel. That shit grosses me out because it looks like a dirty foot.
Liquid, it sounds like you might have the basis of a foot fetish, because I don't have any preference for that whatsoever.
I gotcha. You see, yeah, maybe you're right, dude. Like, because oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like, it might sound like you're at the beginning stages.
Now, and you might be right. Like, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Like, I don't know. Maybe you're right. But I'm gonna be like, I do look at people top to bottom, and I don't mean just women, even dudes too. Like, I'm like, oh shit, look at his sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, those are some clean sneakers. Or I'm like, yo, that dude need to get some new sneakers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, hell, I remember we went to a cigar festival years ago here in Florida.
Okay.
Remember, there was a dude who had some fucked up shoes. I don't, like, he was dressed like, you know, my man. You don't remember? Like, the funny thing is, like, I think you pointed it out, or I think you pointed it out, but I'm like, I was thinking that we were on the same wavelength, because he was dressed up, you know, like, yo, my man was looking fresh, you know, top to bottom. He was looking right for this festival. You know, he was ready for it. You could tell he's been here before, but his shoes were so like scratched up, like, because he was, you know, dressed close. He had the vest, you know, the you know, button down shirt. He had the slacks on, and then he had the leather shoes, but the leather shoes were ripped to shreds. Like the top of it, like the toe part of it, were like ripped to shreds. And even you're like, dude, that dude's shoes, like, what the fuck? And I was like, yes, bro. Like, I'm like, that dude's looking, you know, from top to bottom. Like, my man's out here, he's official, but his shoes need some work. He needs to fix that shit. And I'm just like, so it's just like, I wouldn't even say it's just women, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at shoes all the time. So is that considered a foot fetish? If it is, then maybe you're right. I don't know,
bro. The thing it is, because you're so analytical, and I can't, you being analytical or you being like maybe a little foot fetishy, because maybe you do have a slight foot fetish. Because for a second in time, like, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I thought maybe I did.
Oh,
because
okay.
a patron of the show has a foot fetish. Hard. I'm not gonna name any names just in case, even though I know for a fact he wouldn't care.
Yeah, and we don't. For the record, we don't judge. I'm not judging anybody. Yeah, like
I
if
don't
you
have a black robe.
Hey, look, if you have a foot fetish, if you want to bang feet, that's your. Whatever makes you happy. You ain't hurting nobody. I don't care.
If you're not hurting yourself or anybody, have fun.
Have fun. Absolutely.
The thing is, I tried the feet fucking.
Oh, okay. How'd you like it?
And it didn't. I was just like, I would like normal sex, please.
And okay, for the record,
luckily the person I was with was super open-minded. She was, you want to try? I'm like, you know what? Let's try it. She's like, sure. I've never done it either. So like, let's do it. And we looked it up. We did the research. We got lube just in case. We tried it. We tried it, and I was like, she's like, all right. And I was like, this isn't working. And she's like, yeah. She's like clean up and then finish. You know, like not finish, but like let's start.
Let's complete the process.
Yeah. Like we're already here. And I was like, cool. Now I know for sure. And I thought that was like one of the few times in my life where let's try a kink. We tried the kink, didn't work. Now we know for sure.
Right. Okay. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know. I've never asked. I never even cared to ask. I'm going to be honest with you. I never really cared to even ask to try it. Like, just because, or even like, I just feel like nothing beats a vagina, to be honest with you. That's just like just normal. Like, I don't want to call it normal sex. I don't like nothing's really normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, but nothing just beats that. I mean, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like
not
that
normal. Let's say typical.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Typical. I feel like that's what I'd prefer. I love the typical stuff. You know what I'm saying? Different positions, absolutely. Give them all to me if you can. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. But when it comes to like banging body parts, even hand jobs, I'm like they're okay. You know, they're good. But it's not obviously it's not gonna beat a vagina. You know what I'm saying?
Hand jobs are basically Cheerios. I always call Cheerios the hand job of cereal. Like it's good, it does a job, but there could be better.
How about cornflakes? There's frosted flakes, and then you got your cornflakes. The hand jobs are the cornflakes.
Yeah, yeah. But you see, I don't like cornflakes at all.
Oh,
like,
okay,
I always
okay.
gotta get sugar, put it in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, we need this scoop of sugar. Let's throw it in. Let's mix it up.
Right.
But I remember when our dad put us on, like, yeah, you could just add sugar. And I'm like,
dude, my family did the same thing. Like we were just like yeah, it's the same thing. Just add some sugar, just sprinkle it on there. I'm like, holy shit, you're right. I did the same thing with Cheerios. Add just some sugar. I'm like, man, these taste phenomenal now.
Wow, I just kicked it up a notch.
Like, man, maybe I should add more sugar to all of my cereals. Diabetes.
There
it is. Nice, dude. Nice. Oh my god, that's too good, dude. That's too good.
Oh man.
But yeah,
dude, fucking. Sorry. But yeah, dude, like, yeah, no. I tried the foot stuff. It just, I was like, well, okay, now I know, because my friend was so adamant about it. No. And I was like, let me try it. And I knew a foot model at the time.
Okay.
And like I got like some intel.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh no, hard pass.
Is the foot model the one you tried to bang the feet of?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I was about to say, I'm like, she's probably like,
no. You know, but the person that did try to bang the feet of apparently had really good feet.
What the fuck does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means either, Liquid. I just know there's a difference between good feet and bad feet.
Okay.
Do I know the difference? Not at all. But then it comes to, because it's just male. You never hear about a woman having a foot fetish. It's always us fucking dirty guys.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'd imagine a woman doesn't want a toe being put in her vagina. I don't know. It just doesn't sound right. Especially guys' feet are nasty. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know, women get manicures, pedicures, you know, and guys do too. I had one not too long ago. I was gonna say the other day, but a few weeks ago, and it was okay. It was good. It was, you know, nothing. I wouldn't probably do it again. I thought it was too expensive, to be honest with you. But yeah, like I think when if a woman's like, I wouldn't, the fact that women don't want to do it and men would want to do it, like to me it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I hear about good feet and bad feet, and that's on a spectrum apparently.
I would like to see this spectrum. That's wild. That is
I
wild.
don't know, but I remember being like, "Oh no, that's a good foot." I was like, "Okay."
Like I've heard of like people say, "Oh, you got pretty feet" or something like that. Hey, I get that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that means they're presentable. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I got hairy feet, dude. I think my feet are like I've been told I have pretty feet for a dude, but I see them as they're hairy feet. They look like hobbits' feet. Like I feel like I look like Frodo from fucking Lord of the Rings out here. So me personally, I wouldn't want to put my feet near anybody's fucking genitalia in any way, shape, or form at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at.
Yeah, like you see, I'm always self-conscious because I just have big ass feet.
Like your big hands.
That's just how, huh?
Like the big hands.
Yeah, like the big hands for no reason.
I got you.
You know, the hands bother me less. What bothers me about? They're not rough at all. I have really soft hands.
Oh, me too.
And every girl's always like, "Oh, you have such soft hands." I'm like, "Shut up, bitch!" Like,
how dare you disrespect me?
It's still like such like a personal attack,
Yeah.
and it's never meant that way.
Right.
It's just like, "Oh, you have soft hands." I'm like, "What? I'll choke." Like, whoa! Like, yeah, I didn't mean it.
I've been told the same thing. Like, you got soft hands. Like, no, these are man's hands. All right. I'll take some dirt. I grab dirt and I just rub the dirt in my hands. All right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but it's always the feet because I'm like 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
I'm always feel like I have big ass feet for literally no reason.
Okay, understandable.
And it's always so stupid because it's hard to find running shoes and shit. I know I've said it on the podcast and our content before, but it still fucking pisses me off.
What shoe size are you?
Size 13.
Okay, yeah, that's for 5'9". I'm 5'5". I'm size 10. So
you have big feet for someone your height.
Oh no, trust me, I know. My dad's a size 8, little shrimp. I make fun of him for it. Yeah, he's a size 8. My dad's like 5'4". I'm about 5'4" as well, but yeah, I'm a size 10. Yeah, for my size, absolutely big feet.
Yeah, because I was like, because I remember the first time like they ordered shoes for me. I think it was when I worked at Sunny's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh, what size shoe are you?" I'm like, "Size 13." They're like, "Oh God," and I was like.
Like we're gonna have to get those special orders.
He's like, "You know you're only 5'9", right?" I was like, "Yeah."
I like how they're asking you know this?
Yeah, and I didn't realize it was weird because it was Jessica Preacher on the show. They've like really made me realize I had big ass hands.
Wow.
Because she's like, "You don't realize how big your hands are," and I was like, "No." And then she put my hand on her thigh, and my hand about covered her entire thigh.
Oh wow.
And she's like, "You see?" And I was like, "I'm a monster." Like, wait, no one look at me.
Oh, dude.
Like, shut up. But yeah, bro, I say go fuck some feet.
Okay. Well, the day it happens, I'll let you know. Everyone will be the first one to know.
Bro, if you do, let me know.
I will.
What if it opens Pandora's box?
What if it does? You're absolutely right. Listen, I'm not the type of person who's just like, oh no, bro. Like I do know what I like and what I don't like. All right, and well, I say that, but it's just like I don't know if it happens. If it goes down, I'll let you know. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But we'll see.
And I'm gonna say something else. As I've been getting to my older age, I have been more explorative of late.
Oh, okay. I think a lot of people
maybe
do.
Let's try things out of the pocket.
I got you.
That I don't normally do, and I've been like, some of them like have been yay, and some of them been big question mark that may be handled sooner than later. But like that's for me. That's not for y'all. Hey, I know you're my patrons and I love you, but that's not for y'all. Yeah.
Well, Chris, we hit that 30-minute mark.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, that's gonna do it for our show today. Hopefully, like the feet talk. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. Leave a comment. Maybe you're into feet. Hey, you know what? If you are into feet, hell, just leave a comment and say what is it? What is it about feet that you like? What is it about feet that just drives you wild?
Yeah, man. No judgment, dude.
Yeah.
This is like a judgment-free zone.
Absolutely.
Dude, if you like feet, go fuck them. And if you like your feet fuck, get them fucked.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Chris, do you have anything left to say?
That was it, idiot. That was it.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. All this feet talk. Anyways, I'm gonna let you off per usual. Love each other. Take care. Above all else, be cool. And then this has been an extra microtransaction. We'll see you next week. Feet.
Go fuck some feet.